Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen as a result of that investment substantial growth from both of those markets, double-digit growth from Canada and from Europe. Now let me speak a bit about the Go East initiative, because this is something that the opposition has also criticized. When we launched the Go East initiative, you see, the opposition, ladies and gentlemen, didn't seem to be listening. They didn't understand what it was about. They thought it was about making the same mistakes that we made in the 1970s on the western end of Grand Cayman. They thought that they were going to see hotels and condominiums sprouting out of the ground and overcrowding the districts. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, I said from the very beginning when I launched this program that this program was about two things. It was about developing our people and making sure that our people had the skills and the opportunities to benefit from the tourism industry. And secondly, thank you. And secondly, to ensure that the tranquil nature of the eastern districts, the thing that makes us so attractive to so many, remained intact. So those were the two primary objectives, ladies and gentlemen. And we never said that we would not, at any point, encourage hotel and condominium development. Of course we will. But it has to be done within the policy to ensure that it's done on a sustainable basis. But you see, they wanted to say that nothing had come of the initiative. Well, I'm going to name a few things shortly. I don't know what they were expecting, ladies and gentlemen. Perhaps they were expecting this government to come into the eastern districts, to develop hotels and condominiums, and to set up our own real estate companies so that we could charge commissions and so that we could get a condominium here and a condominium there. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, the PPM government is not that kind of government. We are, ladies and gentlemen, and we will always be a government that you can trust. Don't stop the progress, ladies and gentlemen. Under the Go East initiative, we have established in conjunction with the Minister of Agriculture, Market at the Grounds, something that all of you are able to enjoy every Saturday morning. And at that location, we're going to be establishing, again, through the Minister of Agriculture, the agritourism attraction. And that is something that is going to be very much a part of the Go East initiative. We've built a new launching ramp in Newlands, and there's a dock being built adjacent to that launching ramp as I speak. And what that does, ladies and gentlemen, it will give small business owners in the district the opportunity to package tours that could include, as an example, a tour of this site, Pedro St. James National Historic Site, and a trip across Newlands to the new dock, where they could then take guests over to Rum Point, the Caibo, or Stingray City. And so that gives us the ability to offer and package those types of tours. The Cowood Public Beach in Bodden Town, we decided that that location was essentially going to be the anchor for the Go East initiative. And so what we did immediately after coming into office was to seek to acquire additional property. We acquired 2 parcels of land, one on the east side and one on the west side, and we extended the beach. And now that those parcels are in place and we've had a public meeting to discuss this project, we're now in the process of proceeding with the project itself, the redevelopment. And what's going to be offered on that site is a boat launching ramp and a dock. It'll have 4 kiosks located on the site from which local artisans can offer their arts and crafts for sale, and locals from the Bodden Town district who would like to sell local foods will also have the ability to do it from that site. And on the west side of the site, there will be an area roped off for swimming. The bathrooms will be enhanced. The parking lot will be enhanced for the parking of buses, tour buses, and other cars. And I'm very pleased to say that the contract for that project in relation to the coastal works aspects of it has actually been awarded recently, and we will be breaking ground on that project in the not too distant future. And when that happens, when we've decided on the date very early next week, we will be making a public announcement and inviting all of you to come out to that. Ladies and gentlemen, for probably more than 20 years, this launching ramp has been promised to the people of Bodden Town. You know what the UDP government did? They built a launching ramp, but they didn't quite reach the sea. They built it halfway down to the sea. Now, I'm not sure what the intention was. I think it was a last-minute rush they were trying to do to get it done, and it didn't quite make it all the way to the sea. When we took office, ladies and gentlemen, in 2005, the Bodden Town District was the only district not to benefit from the DART Community Park project. But we got on that right away, and today we're very proud to have a community park in our district, named after one of our most respected citizens, Mr. Harry McCoy, the Harry McCoy Senior Community Park. Also, perhaps for longer than 20 years, we've heard about the Mission House being rebuilt. Ladies and gentlemen, it was done under this PPM administration. We came into office, we worked with the National Trust. My ministry, on an annual basis, assists the National Trust and provided with funding, and I discussed this project with them, and today we have a rebuilt Mission House in Bodden Town. A beautiful facility. Ladies and gentlemen, we also assisted with the establishment of the Nurse Joseph's Senior Home, located right in the center of the Harry McCoy Community Park. And we noticed when we were developing these plans that there was a house adjacent to the park that was encroaching on the park. And so I took the decision, with funding from my ministry, to purchase that house so that we could incorporate it into the community park for the benefit of the residents of Bodden Town. So, ladies and gentlemen, now that we have all of these pieces in place in that area of Bodden Town, we're now in a position to move forward with the National Trust and with the committee that runs the Nurse Joseph's Seniors Home. We're currently in the process of renovating the building, the second building that we bought, and we're now in the process to move forward with packaging tours for that area that would involve the park, Nurse Joseph's Seniors Home, and the Mission House. And what that does is it gives us the ability to work with our elders to make sure that they're on a regular schedule at the Nurse Joseph's Seniors Home, where they can interact with our guests and our residents and talk to them about the Cayman of yesteryear. That's what we want, an authentic tourism product in the Eastern District. Ladies and gentlemen, this very site that we're standing on, when we took office in 2005, this lay in ruins. We had to rebuild it. We had to rebuild this, ladies and gentlemen, the birthplace of our democracy. It was the People's Progressive Movement government that did it. They say we've done nothing. We participated in and facilitated the opening of the Countryside Shopping Village. We did the same with the Wendy's restaurant. And as we sit on this platform and stand on this platform tonight, there's yet another commercial center being established just on the other side of the Countryside Shopping Village. We built a new Savannah post office for the fastest growing area of this community. Ladies and gentlemen, they say we've done nothing. This government is the government who's put the plans in place, who have developed the solutions for the flooding problem in Savannah and in Bodden Town, in the Comber Avenue area of Bodden Town. So we've moved it from talk to solutions, and now we're moving with the implementation to ensure that the residents of that area, the Comber Avenue and of course of Savannah and Newlands, don't have those issues to deal with in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, this government, you know, we're not officially launching our campaign until Tuesday night, but we have certain things to say tonight. And let me say this, we are going to continue to build and enhance our tourism industry and to provide opportunities for the people of this country to benefit from the tourism industry. There are many people who are opposing us in this election, and I'm going to speak very briefly, specifically about Bodden Town. Those of you who live in the district will see some of their posters and some of their banners up, and you see the picture of the UDP candidates. Look at what they have underneath it. It says, Bodden Town deserves better. We agree, ladies and gentlemen. Bodden Town deserves better than the faces you see on those banners.